a little bit different look. We're usually all decked out, getting ready to burn some calories. So welcome to this live interview. I'm so excited. I'm Petty Officer Britt.
And I'm Petty Officer Brandenburg.
And we have such a cool guest on today, and I am just so excited to hear what he has to say. Do you want to introduce him, Bieber?
Yeah, super excited for this interview. Clinton Vinson is the fit boss aboard the USS John C. Stennis, which is an aircraft carrier over in Norfolk, Virginia. I actually just was stationed on that ship, so I figured he'd be an awesome guest to come talk to you guys. He is a civilian on board, which makes his situation kind of unique, right? So he's not in the Navy. However, he works for MWR, which is Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, and he's in charge of anything fitness on board the ship. So it should be awesome to talk to him today.
So without further ado, drum roll, please. There he is. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
So Fit Boss, that's a cool name, right? Do you have a shirt that says Fit Boss?
I have I think about 2 or 3 shirts that say Fit Boss on top of a Stennis hat.
Awesome. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about today, because a lot of people that are wanting to join the Navy, that are thinking about getting onto a ship, they're automatically thinking that they're going to be on a little tugboat and that they're not going to be able to stay in shape or run or anything like that. So yes, you can stay in shape, and it's all because of you and your programs and what you do, right?
Right. So Navy wants to ensure that their sailors are battle ready. And so they bring people like me on board. The smaller ships, they have usually the Command CFL on board. And we roll out fitness programs to make it interesting and fun for the sailors to participate. Obviously, we're in a unique situation with COVID-19 going on. Majority of, off-base gyms are closed. Even gyms are closed. I was lucky to be able to keep mine open.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was really awesome and unique that I pretty much had the only base in the gyms in the Norfolk area that was still available for the sailors. So it made it a little bit easier on my part.
So what kind of stuff do you have in your gym? Like what kind of equipment? I'm sorry, Bieberg. I'm so curious.
Oh, no. You are good.
So every ship is different. I mean, it just depends on what fit boss is on board and how they lay out their gyms. Me being around weights for a large part of my life and career, I had 2 gyms that were designated for weight equipment. So squat racks, Smith machines, dumbbells from 5 pounds to 120 pounds, and then selective equipment that works the entire body range. And so that was in both of my gyms. And then cardio gyms, you have Concept 2 rowers, Matrix treadmills, Precor ellipticals, and Life Fitness bikes, whether it was the recumbent bikes, upright bikes, or spin bikes. So, but me, I was lucky to score a Connex box. So it's basically a shipping container. And I got to fill that with equipment that I personally love and I felt like a lot of our sailors would enjoy. And that had barbells with bumper plates, dumbbells, kettlebells, game boxes, assault runner, assault bike, which no one liked, some 100-pound Atlas balls that were safe to use on the ship and everything. So I tried to ensure that I had a wide variety of programs and opportunities that kind of met the niche of all fitness areas.
Wow. That's a lot. So I'm waiting on Bieber to ask his question, and I think he's lagging behind, so it sounds like dead space.
Oh, yeah, just lagging just a little bit. It's probably just my, service here in the station. But no, so I got to work with you obviously a lot on deployment, and there was a lot that we offered. Tell everyone a little bit about, obviously, the ship that you're on right now is not operational. However, for a ship that is operational, like an aircraft carrier, where we have the plethora of devices to sweat and get crazy with it underway, what are some of the things that was offered while the ship was out to sea that people could, still enjoy, even though they weren't home at their home gym?
Right. So obviously working out is more than just a physical health. It was also like a mental health for a lot of people, especially going on to deployment. You look at the Eisenhower right now, where they're like 200 plus days of just straight sea time. And so we got to make sure we have those opportunities for them to kind of work out that stress. So for me, programming wise, I like to kind of like hit every area of the fitness industry. So some ongoing events was always the 1,000-pound club, 500-pound club. Endurance side, I had an endurance sports where you could run, row, or bike a certain distance and then get a challenge coin. Because if you're familiar with the military, challenge coins are like the popular achievements to get. So that
They're like
was
real money.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the reward for that. And then competitions, I think every week we were rolling out a competition where it would be a team competition where we would do bench pressing. So all my meatheads that I've never seen before in reactor department, they would come up looking like the Hulk just broke out of the ship and everything. And so we would do team repetitions, most repetitions between like 3 guys and 1 female. I always try to get my competitions mandatory to have a female just to get more females involved. Pull-up competitions. We did a team rowing competition. So again, just hitting cardio and then the muscle and strength. And then I know Brandenburg's favorite competition was the STENNIS Fit competitions. And those were high intensity interval training and functional fitness that you see athletes like Matt Frazier and all of them do. And so I think one of our competitions was up on the flight deck. It was a 5-minute competition, very, very short, but it was a 1-minute double unders straight into 1-minute 100-pound Atlas ball throws, straight into a 1-minute burpees over the Atlas ball, 1-minute med ball slams with a 20-pound ball, and then the final 5th minute was a minute most cows on the assault bike. And so all your repetitions and then calories was your total score. So again, if sailors, requested it, I did the best to work with the command to make sure we were able to offer it. And so those were the competitions and stuff we had. We also do classes, kind of working around the aircraft in the hangar bays. And so we had Zumba, multiple spin instructors, yoga, boot camps, TRX. And so we had probably about 6 different classes offered. I think we were averaging about 6 to 7 classes a day being offered from 4:30 in the morning all the way to about 9 o'clock at night. So again, plenty of opportunities for them to stay fit while they're at sea.
So I have a question. How many fitness areas are there on the ship that you can work
at? So every ship, again, like I'm going to probably say this, the entire interview is different. You get supply department will provide you with spaces, and then you kind of outfit them how you like. I think we had about 7 gyms. That's not including the hangar bay because that's technically handler and air department. But we had 7 gyms on board that was accessible by all the crew. 2 weight equipment, and then about 3 cardio spaces, and then some really small gyms. I think the best cardio gym we had was the outdoor sponsored cardio, where pretty much you can do your rowing workout while overlooking the horizon. And sometimes you get lucky and see some sea life like dolphins or whales and stuff. So that's pretty unique.
That's awesome. Did you want to show some of these?
And we do have some photos of the competitions. We're able to get a couple of those. We'll throw those up on the screen so everyone can see them. But tell everyone a little bit about how you got started in this, and not something that many people probably think about. But what got you started with the Navy Navy and being able to kind of work in this capacity?
So my older brother was a fit boss too, so that kind of set the path for me. It became a family tradition, but for me, I am very passionate with fitness, sports, a healthy lifestyle. My dad served for 20 years in the Navy, so for me, sharing my passion with sailors or any active duty really is my gratitude for the services that they provide joining the armed forces. So, it's a huge thank you. And my personal and career goal at this position or any other position with the military branches is to not only keep sailors or active duty members in shape while they're in service, but for after the service to maintain a healthy lifestyle so they're not hit with all these disabilities because they were never able to keep in shape and stuff, whether it's a mental or physical factor. So if I can do my best to help reduce the amount of health issues they have post their military career, then for me, that's the huge victory.
Wow, that's amazing. And we appreciate you for, all of the work that you do, because I know that a lot of times our civilians don't get enough recognition. We're always talking about sailors and what they've done, but we wouldn't be able to do everything we do without our MWR staff.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly, it goes hand in hand. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. And then, making sure that after deployment or even during deployment, y'all are basically comforted and ensure that y'all's transition from a deployment back home and everything goes smoothly rather than rough. I think is our main goal as MWR employees is just make it as easy as possible for y'all. And we know, and I've got to learn firsthand, being away from your family for 7 months or to a year is a very challenging task. So any way we can make that stress reduced, that's why we're here. So like I said, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure.
So with the changes, obviously, to the PRT that came out here recently, because of COVID and things like that, obviously, you've been able to keep the gyms open for you. But what kind of things are sailors coming up to you and asking about when it comes to working from home? Because obviously, not everyone is back to work everywhere, and I mean, we feel it in recruiting. I know that the fleet feels it, and they're dealing with it in different ways. But what kind of advice do you give to sailors, or even for someone that's waiting to go to boot camp, that may not really know what to expect as they go into this new transition? What do you kind of tell people, and what kind of things are people asking you about on a day-to-day basis?
All right. Obviously, COVID, no one's prepared for this, and in so many categories across the board. And so fitness and health is one of them. I can't give diets or, specific nutrition advice, but kind of guidelines to follow. So that's one of the things that kind of discuss, especially now that people are home more often, working from home, is, you have that access to the pantry and the fridge almost 24/7, and that can be dangerous. So, so eating and just following the portion rule and stuff is probably one of the biggest things. Don't just eat because you're bored. Wait 10-15 minutes after you eat to see if you're hungry, because usually it takes 10-15 minutes to start processing food, and you might actually feel full by the time you get into that second plate or something. So kind of follow those guidelines from mypyramid.gov. Those have some really good recipes and then portion sizes and so forth. On a fitness note, obviously, not everyone has the access to gyms. So home workouts, all the fitness professionals, even working from home, will try to do some kind of YouTube channel or post on Basis Facebook page on workouts to do this week. I post every week 5 home workouts where it's primarily running or body weight movements, but I started to incorporate, household items like maybe a backpack with some books in it, or a gallon of milk or water, laundry detergent, to utilize in the workout. So they have items that they can use and stuff where they're not just bored with the push-ups, the sit-ups, and the running. And so find workouts, and there's now everyone's on social media. You can find all types of home workouts where, if you don't have equipment, I'm sure someone's posted a workout where you can complete the workout and then in 2 months test and see where you're at, just so you can see the improvement. So that's a lot of what myself have done, other fit bosses and other fitness professionals, is ensure people have that capability of doing it at home. Big Navy has a NOFS. If they're unfamiliar with NOFS, it's Navy Operational Fitness and Fueling System. They have recipes, diet guidelines. They've got workouts and stuff. And I think they've got like a 5-week workout, cardio workout now available to access. All you got to do is go to nofs.org. Also programming, it might have limited where we're not doing something every week, but we're still able to do programming. So I just actually conducted and completed a 2-month weight loss challenge called Mission Slim Possible. So we just finished that up. We had 70 people participate, and the winners, top male, top female, got $200 Dick's Sporting gift cards. Second place got $100 each, and then $50 for third. And then the next 10 places got shaker bottles. So, and then also just conducted a virtual run, minimum distance of a 5K. They had the option of doing a 10K half marathon and full marathon for 4th of July weekend. And all they got to do is show me that they ran and what distance. And then next Monday, I'm ordering shirts for them. So I know a lot of other fit bosses and other people are still trying to program and do home programs. I know the Bush actually made the N9 newsletter, so it's like a worldwide newsletter for all the MWR programs. It was called May Marathon miles, and so basically, as a ship, they wanted to see how far they can run as one, so everyone was able to log their miles. And you had distances like the Great Wall of China, 5,500 miles, as one of the landmarks to achieve and stuff. So, or milestones. So I think they hit just over 2,000 miles, and I think my ship hit a little over 1,400 miles. So again, we find creative ways to keep the sailors engaged and motivated to try to stay fit and stuff, especially with all the time they have on their hands.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad you brought up NOFS because I don't think we talk about it enough on this page, because this is what we do when we do our workouts with y'all live. That's what we're doing. We're actually incorporating NOFS, and you can download that app on your phone, NOFFS, NOF, and do your workouts, on the off days when you're not working out with us at home, because they seem like they don't work, but as you can tell, and as sweaty as we are at the end of the workouts, they work.
Yeah, so NOFS does have several apps and stuff. You got like a sandbag and endurance app, basic one. So, and sorry, I'm playing with my camera. And the good news is, like, you can actually go in the settings and set what equipment you have available to you. So if you don't have anything, they will still generate workouts for you to complete without the equipment like NOF bands or dumbbells, treadmills, or so forth. So it is a very good app to just kind of reference or utilize fully.
Mm-hmm. So Bieberg, did you have anything else? I know you're kind of lagging behind us a little bit.
Yeah, I apologize. It's this awesome station service, but I don't think enough people understand the work that you put in. I know, I worked with you a lot personally when we were out to sea a lot, and grew to be pretty good friends. But I think that a lot of people don't fully understand, the dedication that comes out of someone that's not required to be there. You chose to work on that, to pull with us on workups with And it says a lot about what you give back to the Navy. Although you're not in the Navy, I mean, you're one of us at the end of the day. So I really appreciate you coming on and talking to everybody and showing, how much you do and what, all the sailors mean to you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on with us. Do you have any parting words or motivational quotes or something that you would like to impart to all of our viewers?
Well, first, again, thank y'all for having me on here. It's a great honor. Again, just trying to share my personal goals and my gratitude for everything y'all do. So, for y'all and everyone that's watching, y'all for y'all's service. Again, that's for me. It's a personal gratitude. So, thank y'all. I can be here all day giving out like motivational stuff, and Brandenburg knows that. So I actually have my favorite tattoo or favorite quote tattooed on my arm, and I want to leave it. It's a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. So if you're trying to find that motivation, just start now. Like as soon as you think about it, don't put it off till Monday is a new week. I'll start then. Just start now. Start moving. Remember, it's small steps that climb the mountain. So small victories. Don't try to set yourself up where huge weight loss goals or even in the weight room. Don't try to jump huge gains in a short amount of time. Give yourself those small victories. Complete this workout. Complete this mile without stopping, and so forth. Set yourself up with success and build on that success each time. And just remember, it takes time. It's a lifestyle. It's not a quick change. It's not a pill. It's a lifestyle. So as soon as you get adjusted to it in small steps, it'll just become natural to you. So that's all I have. I appreciate being on the show.
No, thank you. That was so amazing, and I love that, small victories. That's a great word to leave us out on. So with that, we'll say goodbye until next time, and I hope that you all stay motivated throughout the day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.